Memorable moments of coaching cross country. 96, 2024, what's that, 30 years? So over the course of 30 years, there's been lots and lots of memories. But for me, I guess the biggest one would have to be 2014, winning the girls Meet a Champs cross country team title. If you know anything about cross country in New Jersey, that's the epitome or the top of the mountain. You know, all these other sports play, you know, football has their group championships. In New Jersey, you get the best 20 teams in the state together one day, one course, and the winner is a true state champion. So for me, it probably has to be that, winning that title in 2014. New cross-country runners, you know, the biggest mistake I see is, and I say it all the time to anybody that pops in the store that asks for advice, or the athletes I coach, it's, you know, you need to get yourself a good pair of shoes. And it's not just because I own Runner's High and that's the day job and what pays the bills. You know, I say all the time, you wouldn't send your kid out to play baseball without a baseball glove. You wouldn't put him in the field. You wouldn't send the field hockey kid out without a stick. Well, the only thing you really truly need is a good, proper pair of shoes that are going to give you the opportunity to use your body correctly and develop your talent and your skills. I think mental preparation is huge. The mind is a very, very powerful thing. And, you know, if you can get your mind right or convince your body of being willing to go places that you don't think you can actually get to, it's huge. So it's, I don't want to say it's mental preparation, but it's the ability to convince yourself and your body not only that you're trained very well, but that it can do things that you don't naturally think you can accomplish. And when you get to that point in time, that's when things get magical and really special. For pacing during cross-country races, you know, the ideal perfect way to run any race is to negative split it. So if you use Homedale Park, for example, that first mile, the only thing the first mile at Homedale can do to you in the race is it can destroy you. You know, the guy that's first coming through the mile mark at Homedale, more often than not, is not the guy that wins the race. So it's, you know, pacing yourself, allowing yourself to get out, get in a decent position in the race, and then enabling yourself to move forward from there, catch those people that went out really hard, and then being able to close really, really well on the back half of the race. And, you know, we have a saying at RBC, and it's OFW. And if you know what that is, but it pertains to the backwoods of the course. Recovery techniques, I love the pool. I love being able to get in the water after a workout or a long day and just, you know, swim some laps or even just walk and let the water really drop down to cool the body temperature down and reduce any inflammation in the body. It's a great, powerful tool. I love a massage gun. Stretching is incredibly, incredibly important. Get yourself a decent stretching rope. Just, you know, lie down on the floor, stretch those hamstrings out, the ankles, your feet, yeah, everything you're going to need to recover and come back the next day and be able to use your body properly. The qualities that make a successful cross country, just somebody that's going to work hard. You know, I've seen kids come in over the course of 30 years that, you know, you thought would never amount to anything, but they come in and they bust their ass and they're willing to show up day after day after day and put in the hard work and effort. And some of those kids have turned into some of the best cross-country runners, you know, I've had come through the programs or I've had the opportunity to work with. So I don't think there's any, obviously, one great quality. I mean, you could take a Marco Langen and he has an incredible amount of God-given ability, but Marco also is willing to work hard on a daily basis and do things. And, you know, I say this to people, talent is a great starting point. But if you're not willing to utilize that talent and work hard to develop that talent further, well, the guy that may not have as much talent, oftentimes is going to end up being the better runner because he's willing to work hard and develop those skills. So it's not just about talent, it's about hard work and mental makeup, I think. How do I look? All right, not too close to the camera, nothing. All right.